Yo, peace to the G's and the E's. The God is here, ready to drop some science. You know what I mean? Time to get scientific in our analysis for today. And look, real life situation. Okay, a train is about to come through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divert to the Lizaf, and I'm going to dodge that. You know what I mean? So I can keep it moving. But the topic that I want to discuss is a topic that a lot of people may not actually be privy to, because a lot of people nowadays aren't fans of professional wrestling. You know what I mean? I've been a fan of wrestling ever since I was a child. I remember when I was from 8 to 11. I was heavily involved in watching WWF at the time, and at that particular time, it was a great time to be a fan, because the WWF was in its glory years. You know, from 1999 to 1999 was their apex. That was the year that they had smashed all the records. They had the highest viewership ever, and I was a fan in that particular year. And I remember it was a big event for us kids in the neighborhood to go to our friend house to watch the pay-per-view events. You know, they were like $60 an event. Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. We were really, really into that. The Rock, Stone Cold. I mean, 1999 was a great year to be a fan of wrestling. As the years went on, as the new century kicked in, 2000, I kind of fell back and got more into video games and became a teenager. So I fell back. But I always kept a check on the wrestling industry. I always kind of kept a little, kept a thermometer on it, so I could, know what the feel was. And one of the most crucial topics is the owner and founder of the WWF. Not founder, but he's a part of the family that founded it. Vince McMahon Sr. founded it, and his son inherited it. But Vince McMahon is the face of the WWF. He's the CEO of the WWF, and he is the man that's credited with bringing the WWF from a small local territory, meaning that it was in a certain state, and they were only providing wrestling events for a small circuit of cities. And then he actually came about and nationalized it and turned it into a global brand. And in 2021, going on 2022, he's in his 70s, he's in his late 70s, and a lot of people are saying that he needs to fall back and he shouldn't be involved with it anymore because he's too old. And a lot of people, especially those who remember him from when he was younger, 20, 30 years ago, when he had more of a presence on television and when his voice was more commanding and he was more youthful appearing. Because one thing about Vince McMahon, even when he was in his 50s and 60s, he was very, very fit. He was very muscular, he was very strong, you could tell that he worked out by his physique, and he was just an older guy that looked really good for his age. But now, he kind of looks, a lot of people are saying that he looks weird. A lot of people are saying that he looks like he's had some cosmetic surgery, and it's taking a negative effect on his appearance. It makes, his face doesn't look authentic, it doesn't look realistic, and he doesn't look like he's aging in a natural, graceful way. It looks like a guy who has had a lot of cosmetic surgery to his face, and it's affected him by making him look non-human. And a lot of people are saying that Vince McMahon needs to retire. And I don't know. I don't think that Vince McMahon needs to retire. My opinion is this: a lot of people are saying, hey, he's compromising his legacy. He has a great legacy. When he was a character on the WWF, he was known as this evil boss, and the other characters would get fired by him, and he was this guy that had such a commanding presence, and he was one of the most crucial characters in the WWF, and he's ruining that legacy by appearing on television right now in his current form. And I just disagree with that. I feel like, hey, if he decides to retire, he should retire because he feels like he's tired and he's overworked. I don't think he should retire simply because his physical appearance isn't as aesthetically pleasing as it once was. I think a lot of people who are saying that are really projecting their own feelings. I think they're manifesting their own emotions and feelings about the situation. I think a lot of people want Vince McMahon to retire because he's ruining their particular fond memories of wrestling, you know, because a lot of people still watch wrestling into their 40s and 50s. And I think by them seeing Vince McMahon in his current form at his current age, I think it reminds them of the fact that they've grown older, because they remember him from 20, 30 years ago when he looked a lot more fit and a lot more youthful. So for them to see him at this current age, I think it just reminds them of the fact that they're also older. You know, I don't think it has anything to do with Vince McMahon not looking as good as he used to. I think it has a lot to do with people just, you know, he's a reminder of the fact that so much time has passed by, and he's reminding them that they've also grown older, you know. And the fact that they remember Vince McMahon from when he was younger and more fit and had more of a commanding, more of a vibrant presence on television, I think it's just reminding them that the good old days are over and that they've grown old, and the fond memories that they had of wrestling are over with. You know, the good old days, the glory days of wrestling are in the past, in the 90s. And I just think that watching Vince McMahon is a constant reminder of that. You know, I think that Vince McMahon is the epitome of the wrestling business. You know, at one point in time, he was vibrant, he was vivacious, he was full of life, and now, you know, he's like this shriveled up guy. He looks kind of odd, and it's just that's a characterization of the wrestling business. It's odd, it's weird, it's no longer it's no longer the same. The foundations are no longer a part of the business. It's just a weird thing now. And I just think that Vince McMahon, looking at him, is just a reminder of that, a physical, symbolic representation of that. Peace.